Time is fleeting, I no longer know the day or the hour. As I drift in and out of consciousness, I wonder, how long has it been since the last time I was awake? Was it days, hours? How much time has passed since my last conscious thought? I don't even have an inkling as to how long it's been since that fateful day. My friend Kim Lee visits me frequently. At least I think so. I am not really sure. It seems there is a lot of activity happening around me now. New faces every day, doctors and nurses, and quite frequently that well-groomed young woman. Although she never interacts with me directly, she confers regularly with the medical team. Who is she and what does she have to do with me? She does not appear to be a doctor, but they all seem to coordinate their activities around her direction. I have so many questions and so few answers. What will become of me? What is the plan that they have laid out for me? I know there is really nothing I can do, but I so much want to be involved in the process. Just to have some idea of what's happening and how long this will take. If I only had a way to ask. I can see everyone is working hard for my benefit and I can't even say thank you. If only I could tell them how much I appreciate their efforts. I must get well enough, even if only just to say thank you. Lying here, I couldn't help but notice, there seems to be no end to the number of tubes and wires attached to my body. It seems as if everyone has a crucial job to do, and although their focus seems to be primarily on their task at hand, there is a lot of consulting among one another. But as of now, I have no understanding of any of it. Is this all necessary? Will the end result be worth all this effort? How selfish of me to even think this way. I must learn to be patient. More patient than I have ever had to be. But how? I know if I continue to question things without being able to get some understanding of what's going on, I will just make myself crazy. How do I control this unbending curiosity about my fate? And at whose hand have I been offered this fate? And how will they benefit from it? If I knew who, maybe, just maybe, I would understand why is all this happening? Again, knowing the answer will come in due time, but I am so anxious right now. Again today, the well-groomed young woman came to the room. This time, she was accompanied by two other professional-looking gentlemen who were also wearing a similar name badge. She began to direct their attention to all the monitors placed among the room. As the technicians took notice of their presence, they all turned and politely bowed before returning to their assigned positions. She began to walk about the room, reviewing and explaining to her associates as she walked, pointing to data and monitors and questioning the attendants in the lab coats. It would seem she was pleased with the reports. Her expression was focused, but she repeatedly nodded yes in agreement with those working and monitoring my condition. Today, for the first time, she stopped by my bedside. She glanced at her associates standing on each side of her. "Gentlemen," she said, "this is our subject. He has graciously agreed to allow us to perform such a groundbreaking procedure. We have been able to stabilize him enough and to get the baseline information we will need to proceed. If you will come with me to the briefing room, we will lay out the timeline for the next phase of this project." As she started to turn away, one of the gentlemen accompanying her said, "Hold on just a minute, I would like to speak with our honored guest." He began to remove his glasses and moved in a little closer. "Young men," he started, "please excuse my associate here. She takes her position way too seriously. She has a tendency to throw around words like subject and project. I'm afraid she doesn't have much of a bedside manner. So, if you can, please take this into consideration before you form any opinion of her. What she lacks in social skills, she more than makes up for with her brilliance and imagination. I promise you, you couldn't be in better hands." He smiled warmly and introduced himself. "I am Dr. Jin, a neurosurgeon, and these are my associates, Dr. Hyo from the Seoul Museum of Korea." I am sure his title is a bit confusing. But it will make a lot more sense a little later on. "And this brilliant young lady is Min Ho. She is a professor whose specialty is cryogenics. Don't let her young age fool you. She is the world's leading authority and she has been part of a very special project over the past few years. I think you will be impressed with what she has planned for you. I just wanted to say, I am very sorry about the circumstances that brought you to us. We will do our very best to put your life back together. And I will have a talk with Min Ho about her bedside manner. It would be better for you if she treated you more like a man instead of a science project. I will be sure to talk to her about it. So please rest assured, we have a plan and all is going well with its preparation. Your friend Kim Lee is being briefed on everything, so he will be able to explain it to you later. So, if you will excuse us, we have some very important things to discuss. At that, the three of them left the room together, but Minho turned back briefly and smiled at me just before she exited. I don't know why, but I found the past few moments to be very comforting. Dr. Jin's words were very reassuring and their credentials seemed very impressive, but strangely, it was mostly her smile that put me at ease.